My name is Sofia and Gedi Osman. I'm a long-serving in civil society in Wajir County. And today I want to say that we had some issues that surrounding Mr. Noordiin Hajji, our honorable brother from northern Kenya. And in the issue of employment, the shortlisting was to 148, and all Muslims were only 45. We deserve to be employed. We deserve to be given a position. We are Kenyans, and I don't know why people are talking about him all the time, as people from northern Kenya. And actually, we know what happened to our honorable member of parliament, Mr. Duale, by the time he was a majority leader. We know how he was just thrown out. Now people are now complaining about Noordiin Hajji. So we as a civil society from Wajir, we are asking our honorable president to intervene on this issue, and we want our brother to be left alone, should not be disturbed, let him do his job, because there are so many offices where there are ministers, where there are assistant ministers, and nobody talks about them, and nobody talks about their issue. I don't know why we are targeted, of employment. Why are we targeted about employment? And we want those ones who were shortlisted and on the employment. We want our share as a Muslims. We want our share as a Muslims. We want our share as Kenyans. We want our shares as people of northern Kenya. We are in Kenya. We are people of Kenya like any other Kenyans. We deserve, and we don't want our brothers to be argued or to be said anything about him. We want him to be left alone. Let him do his job.
My name is Dpp Ibrahim. First and foremost, I want to clear and tell those people that we are Kenyans and we are not at the mercy of anybody in this country. We are not aliens. And Noordiin is the son of this soil. We are proud that Noordiin is one of the individuals heading institutions that are trying to heal the historical injustice we have that pass in this country. If somebody has ill motives, he should not instill in the minds of the Kenyans negative ethnicity. Clearly, if you look at the data, out of all the positions that were advertised, 17 positions, why should somebody be selective? We have been told out of the 148 shortlisted, only 45 are Muslims. Out of the 45, few are Somalis. Because you have an individual interest and you missed your target, why should you instill in the Kenyan minds that there's certain groups have been benefiting because of their son? That's very unfortunate. Besides that, it's not anybody should not wake up in the morning and call himself to be an activist. Activists are some people who are neutral. Please, Kenyans, as Kenyans, we believe that somebody who has certain interest or certain goal should not misuse our minds or should not instill us. That negative I was talking about. Besides that, Kenyans should know Somalis are also Kenyans. No community is more Kenyan than Somalis. We are Kenyans number 1, we are Kenyans number 2, we are Kenyans number 3. Nobody can tell us you are second-class citizens, we are first-class citizens. Besides that, the only institution that is reaching the grassroots communities, pastoralists, nomads in the bush, is the institution that is led by Noordiin. It's the only time we are getting prosecutors are public, not in uniform. The only time the community or litigants can reach the office of the public is this time. You remember some years back, times that we couldn't even access the ODP offices. And now, please, we are Kenyans, you should not be brainwashed. You should not be told lies, and you should go and listen to the facts and figures. Otherwise, it's not good to scratch a healing wound. Every Kenyan remember that northern Kenya, all the Muslims at large were discriminated before. Maybe in terms of employment, in terms of marginalization, in terms of development. It's only the time Kibaki came to power that we at least breathed and understood or felt that we are at least getting our rights that have been there for all those years. Besides that, there are some institutions that were trying all their best to implement the Constitution of 2010. We should not discourage those institutions. Noordiin is an individual, but he's leading an institution that's doing the best For that, I would like to tell my brother Ocharo, what you're doing is ill motive, ill-minded, and hidden agenda you want to reach should not make people or Kenyans feel that they were discriminated on the grounds of ethnic, which is not the case. Please, as an activist, we know all activists in the country, they are neutral and they are quiet. We talk about activists, we know institutions that have been leading issues of human rights and such kind of things. Where is Africa? Where is KNCHR? Where is KHRC? Where is Muri Kenya? They could have spoke a long time ago. But an individual call himself an activist, where we never even heard of his name. All of those just should not taint the image of that good institution.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Members of the press, my name is Ibrahim Ilmi, a member of the Wajir County Civil Society Consortium and the Acting Secretary General for the consortium. This morning we have gathered here in order to address ourselves as regards the claim against the ODPP, which was filed in the court by one member Ocharo, who claims that the ODPP has favored his ethnic and religious groups in the current shortlisted candidates. We want to say that that is misguided, unfortunate, and not the true position as per the advert. If you look at the ethnic compositions in this country, the top 10 largest communities, ethnic groups in Kenya, we have got the Kikuyu, the Luhya, the Kalenjin, the Luo, the Kampa, and the Somali becomes number 6 in terms of population. If you look at the employment status of the office of the ODPP as at December 2021, the office had 1,095 staffs. Out of these 1,095 staffs, only 8 were Somalis. So the issue of ethnic imbalance already shall be lingered in the mind of anybody who want to be neutral in that perspective. If we come to the current shortlisted candidates, the queried shortlist, they had 148 shortlisted candidates. Out of the 148 shortlisted candidates, 103 were Christians and 45 were Muslims. So the issue of now claiming that the Muslims were favored is unfortunate and not the true position. Unless one wants to say that the Muslims or the Somalis maybe should not be shortlisted, then that should not have arisen. So we know that as per Article 27(1) of the Constitution, it says that there shall be equality and freedom from discrimination, especially in terms of employment, which according to us, the ODPP was even guilty of it initially. And I think Noordiin Hajji is trying to correct that mess, which is highly welcomed and shall be supported by any person who wants goodwill for this country. So we say that the ODPP has been guided by the Constitution, Chapter 6, which is on integrity, and Article 10 of the Constitution, we talked about the values, and where there is imbalance in terms of ethnicity, he is mandated to ensure that those which are not represented are equally represented. Therefore, we want to say that whatever that was said is false, and is meant to instigate instigate bad image against the ODPP, and we therefore condemn it in the strongest term possible as a civil society for Wajir County. Thank you very much.
My name is Fatuma Yusuf Abdullahi, the Wajir County Civil Society Consortium Chairperson. Today, here we convite to actually give our press statement. I want to say thanks to the Almighty Allah for making us see through this day. I want to appreciate also the press gentlemen who came here to hear us out. We want to condemn on the case filed against the Director of Public Prosecution, Noordiin Hajji, on allegation of employing Muslims and the ethnic background he came from. Noordiin Hajji is a Somali by tribe and is a Muslim by religion. But if you go through the data, it's actually contrary to what is actually being alleged. So it's unfortunate. I don't know if the gentleman who petitioned the ODPP has an ill motive, maybe a personal interest, but otherwise we want to say that Noordiin Hajji has followed the procedure, has followed the rule of law, and actually again he followed the human right procedure to make sure inclusivity is actually a concern. For me, we had as a civil side, we had a concern that the persons with disability, the minorities were not included. If they are given a chance, if somebody is qualified, what's the issue? Actually, the number employed in the department has the highest other communities compared to either the Muslim or the Somali communities. So we want to say maybe the gentleman had an ill motive, which we want to condemn, and people should not be portrayed with negativity whereby you have a personal. If he has a personal, it's unfortunate. Also, he has a right to be heard. But we want to complain of something, please be fair to others so that you don't discriminate. Already the statement, the complaint, the allegation given is discriminative as a whole. Because Noordiin Hajji has not employed any specifically Somalis, he has not employed specifically Muslims. The number is actually times 3 of what is happening. The worst again, Kenya is actually progressing. Despite the petitioning, the census last time, the Somali communities are number 6 in the ranking of population. So, and then still I believe we could have been number 5 or number 4 if actually our data has not been interfered with. I want to say, we are with the justice system. We want to get fairness to everyone, but let's not use individual to undermine the others so that they are seen as the non-existence in the country. Because remember, Somali communities and the Muslim communities in Kenya have a right like any other persons in this country.